We have breaking news this morning as it's official. The New York Rangers have officially named JT Miller the captain of this hockey team. We're going to break down exactly why the Rangers made this decision when they did and why this is the best decision for the team and the organization moving forward as a new era of New York Rangers hockey begins in just a few weeks. We're going to break it all down in this episode of Rangers Digest. But before we do that, a quick reminder to hit that subscribe button. About 77% of you who watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. So if you want to stay up to date with everything that's happening with the New York Rangers, like some breaking news like this, trades, rumors, reports, all of that as the season creeps closer to starting, go down below, hit that free subscribe button because this channel is built for blue shirt fandom and it's the place to be for all your daily New York Rangers content. But let's jump right into it. Of course, this morning we got some good news from the New York Rangers, and that is they have a captain. We knew that it was probably going to happen. A lot of people were, suggesting that it could come down before the season started. We weren't sure who it was going to be at the time, of course, but we have our answer. It's JT Miller. He is the new captain of the New York Rangers. And I think this is the best choice. I've been very vocal about it since the end of last season, through the summer, and even now. This was the choice for this team, for this organization. All credit and respect in the world over to Vincent Trocheck, but this is the guy who's going to lead this team the rest of the way. And as long as he is a New York Ranger, and you can see, Miller, 32 years old now, split last season with the Rangers and the Vancouver Canucks. He was traded to the Rangers in January. Obviously had a very solid year after coming over, and his 35 points from February 1st to the end of the regular season were tied for the 11th most in the league. I'm expecting another big year from JT Miller on the score sheet this year, not just goal scoring, but point production as well. He was also 58.3% in the faceoff dot last season, which was insane. If you're hovering around 60%, you are considered, in my eyes, elite in the league. That was tied for 5th in the NHL amongst the qualified skaters. So really good news here. I like this move. I'm a big fan of this move. I want to get into this quote here from Chris Drury on the move. He said that we're pleased to announce JT Miller as the new captain of the New York Rangers. Since his arrival last season, JT immediately became a leader for our group and exemplifies how we want to conduct ourselves both on and off the ice. Congratulations to JT and his entire family on an incredibly meaningful achievement, and we're confident he will continue to represent our organization, with class, commitment, and integrity. So pretty good words there from Chris Drury, very complimentary of JT Miller. And make no mistake about it, I will echo some of what Chris Drury is saying here. I've been, very happy with JT Miller since he came over. A lot of people thought it was a puzzling move. Listen, he is the 29th captain of the New York Rangers now, and I think that he should be because, he brings so much to the table, not just his play, but his mindset, right? He was yelling at guys on the bench, and it's not, the yelling at guys on the bench that, was happening in Vancouver or anything like that. That was a whole different situation. Now he's gone, right? Removed from that. He's in New York. But he demands excellence out of everyone. Let's get going here. Let's try to do something impactful. Let's have some purpose here. Let's play with purpose. And I think that, it just runs through the rest of the team. You saw what Will Cooley was able to do once JT Miller came over as well, right? Like, he had the green light, like, yeah, let's start running guys over because that's my game. Let's play with some confidence. So JT Miller, what he brings to a lineup just oozes out of him and into the rest of the lineup, and I think it's contagious. And the Rangers have a great opportunity here because when he came over, it was already probably too late, right? I was very optimistic on the channel. I was saying there was still a possibility that they make the playoffs, but let's be honest, they just didn't have it last season. There was way too many factors, probably the wrong coach for this team in the direction that they're going. You have Mike Sullivan now. You have JT Miller, a full season of him. I feel like this team is going to make some noise. They'll be a playoff team this year. And JT Miller has been announced as the 29th captain in New York Rangers history. This is from Johnny Lazarus. Since Miller was acquired last season, he has been the embodiment of how the New York Rangers want their team to conduct business on and off the ice. And also, everyone's trying to mimic the Florida Panthers now. If there's anyone that's going to mimic that team, it's JT Miller. I mean, like, his first game, I remember he dumped the puck and chased it, hit the guy, and created a scoring chance. I was like, wow, I have not seen that from a Ranger in a long time to that point in January. So he's a culture setter, a leader, and the team feels he is deserving and ready for this. The New York Rangers felt this was important to do now to set the tone for the team as they head into camp. Didn't want to wait. I also, said during the summer, I think it was on a live stream with Brett, we were talking about how it was very important. Like, they couldn't do this mid-season. It was either now or you're going to wait till next season. Why would you wait if you know the guy is JT Miller? So I'm glad they got this done now. You can see this from NYR Louis. A lot of people were giving their thoughts this morning on the move. Again, love the move. I think it's a good thing for the Rangers, and fans should be absolutely fired up about this. I also want to say my opinion on the captaincy remains the same, as they shouldn't have named one until after the season. I thought that was very interesting. And again, nice to get all different opinions from different people. Appreciate everyone's opinion. But it's the centennial season. They have a ton of events planned. They need to be competitive for ticket sales. Naming JT Miller captain doubles down. They believe in him and this core, a core of confidence by management for the team heading into camp. The Rangers are going to try and maximize this roster and pretend last season was a fluke or didn't happen. And listen, last season wasn't a fluke. There was some deciding factors there, right? But I think they're going to be a lot better this year. And are they going to add a top free agent next year? Maybe, but will that free agent be captain material? I'm not so sure. I think JT Miller is the captain of this team. And to me, that's just my opinion. Now, along with JT Miller being captain, they named the rest of the leadership group, and a lot of familiar names at this point that have worn letters before, of course. Alternate captains: Mika Zibanejad, Artemi Panarin, Adam Fox, and Vincent Trocheck. Not really a fan of teams doing the whole here's your captain and 5 other guys thing. It should be like the captain and maybe 2 or 3 people, but nonetheless, you're going to have a leadership group of 5 guys at this point. So there's your leadership group. JT Miller is the captain of the team. Mika Zibanejad, Artemi Panarin, Adam Fox, and Vincent Trocheck are your alternate or assistant captains, however you want to call it. I guess we have some clarity from Vince here. And we all know Trocheck would be added to the leadership group. I heard he was seriously considered for the C. We all knew it was between JT Miller and Vincent Trocheck, and I think it's just JT Miller's team at this point. And I didn't think they'd strip an A away from anyone, so this makes sense. The alternates will alternate who wears the letters throughout the season, because obviously there's a rule in the NHL, and we've seen, a lot of players in different teams alternate home and away, stuff like that. So we'll see how that plays out, but nonetheless, that is your leadership group. Molly Walker had a great piece on this morning as well. This is something that the Rangers really wanted to do to, reset the culture in the locker room, get going, a fresh start, a fresh look heading into this year, and it's very important. And speaking of, before we wrap up here, fresh look heading into the season, the New York Rangers have made Mark Messier's Game 7 brand the official first sponsor for their jerseys. Obviously, the Rangers, one of the only teams in the league to this point without a jersey sponsor. No longer the case. It is Mark Messier's Game 7 brand that will be on the shoulders. And I have to say, a lot of people don't like sponsors on the jerseys. I feel like the placement on some jerseys around the league are a bit odd as well. I don't hate this one. And the fact that it's Mark Messier and his brand and it's hockey, I don't hate it. And I think it kind of fits, actually. So let me know in the comments how you feel about that. I don't mind it at all, I have to be honest. But very interesting news here. And as you can see, they made a lot of moves this summer. Mike Sullivan's here. They dumped, Chris Kreider and Keandre Miller. I wasn't sure what the future for Keandre Miller with this organization was at that point. Chris Kreider getting older, dealing with injuries, right? Love him. One of the best Rangers of all time, of course. Gavrikov coming in. He's going to solidify that defense just that much more, that I think is going to be better this year in front of Igor Shesterkin. And of course, your new captain, JT Miller. And before I wrap up here, I don't know if the lineup's going to look exactly like this. This is what Puckpedia has right now. I think Noah Laba can make some noise in training camp, maybe make the team. We don't know exactly what the team or the lines are going to look like. It's going to be something close to this. But I will say, mark my words, this is a playoff team this year. The New York Rangers will make the playoffs this year, and they're going to be very exciting to watch. Let me know how you feel about JT Miller being named captain in the comments below. Was it the right move? Was it the right time to make the move? Let me know how you feel in the comments below. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with everything New York Rangers.